Okay. Hi everyone. I hope everyone is doing well, and I hope you've been having a good weekend. We are now on Saturday, and most people I think went to watch UCI World Championships. And I hope you went there and you had fun. I haven't gone there myself, but I hope you did, and it will be ending tomorrow. So I would like to thank you to join us today, as we are going to be having our first session of pitch and feedback session, which is a session we are going to be hosting every month, having people join us, people who have projects, people who have setups to join us and pitch their projects, and they will be receiving feedback from the audience. It's not feedback from anyone else, from the audience. And we hope that in the future we're going to be having some investors in the audience who will be giving feedback or investing in these startups. And another thing that I want to tell you is that as we meet now, this session is live on YouTube, and people who will follow us on YouTube will be able to also follow your pitch if you're going to be pitching today. So I hope you're going to be having a good time together here, and I hope that whatever we talk here will be useful to everyone who is here in this session. So we're going to start. We are not going to take a long time. Initially, we wanted to have 7 people pitch or 8 people pitch, but we don't have that big number for now. We are going to be having 3 pitches. We'll hear from 3 people pitching, and I hope they have their pitches ready. And then after that, after every pitch, you're going to be receiving feedback from the audience. If you want, you can open the mic and give your feedback. Or if you're not okay with opening your mic, then you will type it in the chat, and then we will read it from the chat. So that's how we're going to be doing it. And I hope you learn something from this session. And if you have a startup, I hope this session will help you with something, maybe getting your projects known, or having feedback from people, or having someone use your project from this session. So let's go ahead and start. And we are going to start with tag. Elite, I hope Elite is in the session. And then Elite will share the screen with the pitch, and then give us an understanding of tag. And you'll be having 5 minutes to pitch, and then after that, we are going to be having another 5 minutes receiving feedback from people. And then, yeah, that is it. So Elite, it's your time. You can share your screen and then go ahead.
Okay, good evening, guys. My name is Elite, and I'm working on tag. I'm going to quickly share my screen. I hope you can see my screen. So I'm going to quickly go through what tag is. Tag is basically payments and intelligence platform. So payments means we help businesses process payments. So think of a business like Spotify, whereby they charge every month. You can quickly create a project and you can give it a name. So let's just call it Spotify. And once you've created your project, you can go ahead and quickly also create a pricing plan. So what is a pricing plan? You see, we have created our project. Now, what is a pricing plan? So if we go back to Spotify's website, we can see they have many plans. One plan is called individual. They have another plan called student, another called duo, and so on. So in Tag, you can also do that, whereby you can create your pricing plan. So let me go back to Spotify's website and let me copy this name they use, which is the individual plan, and let me paste it. And let's see how much they charge. They charge 11.99 cents every single month. So you can also do that in tag, and you can set your amount, 11.99, and then you can create the plan. And you see we have intervals, so monthly or yearly. So you can also do that in tag. So let's create the plan. Now, once you've created the plan, this is what tag will help you do. It will help you process payments. We accept global payments from anywhere in the world. So a person in the US can pay any country in the world. We will be able to process it as long as they're using Visa or MasterCard or any other card provider. So let's quickly test payment. You see we have created our plan, which is $11.99 a month. Let's quickly test this payment. And so as you can see, it's loading, but we're able to provide the first name, and you can also provide the last name and also an email. So let me quickly fill in this info, and you see continue to payment. And if you can see my screen real well, we're currently in test mode. So test mode is a way for developers, programmers to quickly test the implementation without using real cards. So you can click here to get test data. So we provide you with test data for you to try and test and see if it works before you start processing real payments. So let me quickly copy MasterCard, and then I can click continue to payment, and you see we're going to charge them $11.99, which is the amount we had set when we were creating the plan, and even the name of the plan is individual. Anyway, once payments are done, tag will handle all that for you. And let me quickly copy this, and basically I'm just going to show you how payments works. And once the payment is done, you can go back to your dashboard, and I'll quickly show you other benefits of using tags. So once all of this is done, all of these things I'm filling in, we actually provide it to you in our documentation. So we have documentation for developers, whereby developers can come and try to integrate tag. We give them things like API keys, webhooks. So people who are technical, you'll be familiar with this. But if you're technical, it's super simple to understand. You can reach us to help you integrate it. Anyway, as you can see, our payment was successful, which means the person has now started their subscription. By the way, tag is meant for subscription businesses. So those are businesses which charge every single month. Now, we're building things called tools. So what are tools? Tools are ways to help businesses grow. We want to help businesses grow into many different countries. So we have a tool called local pricing. What this means is you can set different prices by location. So as you remember, we had a plan called individual, which was $11.99. Let me go back, which was $11.99 a month. And now we want to localize it. For example, think about people who are in Rwanda. Charging people in Rwanda $11.99 is actually a lot of money. Every single month, that's a lot of money. And you can see this $11.99 is actually in the United States. But in Rwanda, Spotify has a different pricing. If I click right here, we will be able to see that in Rwanda, Spotify actually charges $329. So you can also do that in Tabai. Sorry, let me close this. Whereby you can come and enter the country, for example, Rwanda, and you can be like, for people who are in Rwanda specifically, I don't want to charge them $11.99. I want to charge them $329. The same way Spotify does it in Rwanda, it charges $329 for the same plan. So you can do that, and you can do any country you want. You can list basically all the countries, and basically what you're doing is you're setting different prices for countries. Let's say for Kenya it's $4.99. Let's say for Uganda it's $5.99, and you can go on. But let's quickly set that. And so once that is done, once you have set those prices, you can now visit. So for example, me who's in Rwanda, instead of seeing this $11.99 a month, let me click on this plan. I'll be able to see that there's many different prices, and we can see that people who are in Rwanda, we want to charge them $329. We don't want to charge them $11.99. So let me test payment, and this time we will actually see that instead of it being $11.99, now it's showing $3.29. Why? Because I'm in Rwanda. And if I go to my Insights tab, I will also get quick information about visits and so on and so on. And I can now see that someone in Rwanda actually visited the pricing page. So anyway, that is price localization, which means setting the prices by location. But now 329 is really affordable price, but you know what? We just want to show that this is local to them. We also want to do something else. We want to charge them in their currency. So Tag also supports local currencies, and Rwanda francs are supported, as you can see, and you can basically turn the local currency on. When you do this, what you're doing is you're being very friendly to that market. So I just turned on local currency in Rwanda, and if I go back, you see before it was 329. If I actually refresh the tab, so I'm going to refresh the tab, this time in my local currency, which is Rwandan francs. And we support many local currencies across many countries. We support local currency for 50 countries. 50 countries are a lot. So in Africa, we support 6. In Europe, we support 40-something countries. And in North America, we support the United States dollar and the Canadian dollar. And of course, with time, we're going to increase the number of currencies we support. So that's another thing which you can do in Tag, which is not only can you set different prices for countries, you can also set, oh, by the way, remember when I paid, here is the payment. It was Elite Carlson, 11.99, the individual plan, and I can click on the subscriber to see specific data on that subscriber. So that is a quick rush through what Tag is. Of course, it's much more than this, but I think I'm running out of time. So if you guys have questions or if it doesn't make sense, you can let me know. But Tag basically helps business process payments, and we help you also manage your subscribers, as you can see. And we also build tools which will help you convert, retain, and recover subscribers. Currently, we have 2 tools: local pricing, which lets you set prices for different countries, and we support local currencies, which is 10 currencies across 50 countries. So that's like a quick rush of what it does and what it one day greater than this. So yeah, that's it. If you guys have questions, I hope I didn't too much time. Feel free to ask questions, or yeah, if we're still together.
Anyone with a question?
So
If
you see,
you have a question, just open them.
yeah.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
So I am Mami, and I have a question. As
Yeah.
for your is very well built, and the question is, what inspired you to come up with this project idea?
Okay, so it's very simple. I love listening to music. I really like listening to music, and I like that Spotify is cheap, and I like 29 a month. So I was like, if Spotify is able to localize, so it was in Rwanda compared to the United States. I was like, why doesn't every other business do it? So Figma for design, like there are many businesses which are so expensive, and they could easily localize and become more friendly. So I was like, why don't they do this? And once I realized that it's really hard, I said, let me build it for other subscription businesses, and that's how the idea came. It's just, but it has evolved a lot. Before it was just how can we show different prices, but now we're also handling payments. We're also helping manage your subscribers, and also like it will evolve. So, but the idea was that basically it was like, how can we help businesses localize? How can we help them easily set different prices by country? Thank you. No, Spotify was an example. Sorry. Spotify is an example. Any business in the world can use it. So if you want, you can literally go on tag.cc and test it out yourself. But it's for subscription businesses. And you can, for example, create another project. So you see, I created a project called Spotify. I can come and create another project called RTC, which is Rwanda Technology Community, and like create the project. And it's something that you charge every day. So think of Netflix. Netflix charges every month. They have many plans. Or think of, there are many things. So businesses which charge every month, how can they be market friendly to developing areas? So Africa, Asia, Latin America, things like that. How can they become more friendly to those areas? And by the way, this amount which was set, you can also edit it. For example, if I don't want it to be 4777, I can make it 5K. Let me quickly show you that. So you can even play around with the amount, the localized amount. So sorry, the demo is over, but let me quickly show it. So yeah, we see it has this special icon, and this special icon basically means local currency is turned on. So I can click that icon and I can set the local currency amount. So I can do, like, and I can update the local currency. When I've updated the local currency, if I now come back and refresh, it will actually now be like 5,000. So you understand, if you can do that for Rwanda, now imagine a business which is going to Uganda, Nigeria, Kenya. Okay. Thank you for the good service. Honestly, my question is, if I want to let me read for the people who are not reading the chat. Thank you for the good service, and honestly, thanks a lot. My question is, if I want to integrate that system into my own system, what is the price range? Is it production ready? Okay, yes, it's production ready. You can visit tag.cc and start playing around with it. So I can send you the link. So it's production ready. Please create an account, play around with it. And the second question is, what is the pricing? Our pricing is super cheap, whereby it is 4.8% plus 50 cents per transaction. So this is how much we charge. Let me see, let me send it there. So every time we handle a payment for you, we will charge you basically this amount, 4.8% plus 50 cents. So you don't need to pay us anything every month. You can just integrate it and sit, and we will never charge you anything. We will only take a fee. Thank you. I see claps. So we will only take a fee once we actually provide value to you. So once we actually help you get your payment, that's when we take a fee, 4.8 plus 50 cents. And to help you like compare it to something, there is this thing called lemon squeezing. It is for creators. It's not for subscription businesses, as we're trying to help subscription businesses. But lemon squeezing is for creators, and them they charge 5%, 50 cents. As we have 4.8, so you understand we're a little bit lower. So like it's a pretty good deal for like what we're doing. And I see some. Okay. Thank you. I see chats, and people can keep asking questions. So yeah, that's tag. And the idea is these tools we're building, we don't want you to actually have to mess around with it. We will integrate AI by the end of October. So in November, we will have AI functionality which will interact with these tools. Basically, we want to automate the growth process. So if you look at each card, there is conversion, there is retention, and there is recovery. So there is a label on each card. That means conversion is how can we turn people into users? How can we convert them? Retention is how can we keep them? How can we retain them? How can we keep our existing customers? And then recovery is how can we bring back the ones we lost? So each tool has a specific purpose. For example, targeted emails. How can we email people to kind of recover them, bring them back? So each tool is very targeted, and these tools will basically interact with each other and automate the process of growing your business. But for now, what we have is local pricing, local currencies, payment collection, and subscriber management, which is also fine. So yeah, I hope I didn't take up too much time. Unless there are any other questions or feedback, I think I can give space for the others. We'll pitch. Okay. I see something. Sorry. Yeah, okay. Technology is used during development. So technologies, like, you mean the tech stack, or you mean what we are using to create this? Because there is the languages, but there is also like. So can you clarify a bit before I answer the question? Clarify technologies. The tech stack, like which language I was, okay, languages. Okay, so languages, it's Next.js. We are using Next.js for those who are familiar with it. We're using Next.js. We're also using Node.js, of course, on the back end, but it's mostly Next.js. For like things like documentation, by the way, we have documentation over here. We're using a thing called Minify, which is what is powering our documentation. For things like email, we are using Recent. So I can actually show you, there is a lot of things going on. We have like, this is not the technology, but we also have like status. It's not languages, but I can also tell you the tools. So it's a lot. We have Vercel for the backend. we have render for the server, we have Flutterwave for payments, resend for emails, MongoDB is the database we're using, Cloudflare for hosting, for cron jobs. But technology-wise, Next.js, MongoDB, Tailwind, TypeScript, that's what it's written in. TypeScript, Tailwind, Next.js, MongoDB. MongoDB for the database. But it's always evolving, it's always changing. If that's a good answer, you can let me know.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Thank you. I think it's clear, and maybe you can tell us how can someone use this in their project?
Yes.
How can they get started?
So to get started, it's very, very simple. Let me share my screen again. It's just you can visit tag.cc, like you can visit tag.cc, and you'll see this. Once you see this page, you just continue with your Google account, and once you have continued, you will be shown something like this. Not this, sorry. You'll be shown something like this, and you can add a project. Now, for once you have created the project, we have documentation which can help developers integrate it, and the documentation are like really, really clean. But if you get stuck, you can also email me. There is my email down here, eliteculture@gmail.com. But I'm 100% available to get on calls for people who get stuck or whatever. But yeah, just create an account and go through the documentation, create a project, create a plan. Once you create a plan, test payment, sorry. Once you create a plan, you can click here to test payment. This test payment will bring you to this page. This page will show you where you can get the cards, your test cards. You can click here to get them. So yeah, it's very simple to understand. Like, it's not that complex. I believe it will be easy for anyone to quickly test it out. And yeah, if that's satisfactory.
Okay, thank you so much, Elite. I think everyone has now seen the tag and everyone can use it. And they have asked their questions. I think if there's any more questions or any other feedback you have, you can put it in the chat, as we're going to be listening to Theophile. And Theophile has a project called Agri Assist, and he's going to take time and share the screen or any other way he feels is easy for him to demonstrate it, and then he will give the feedback or ask questions after that. And I hope you don't just ask questions. If you have any feedback, you give them feedback, and if you have any other way to help them, maybe recommendation for them, feel free as well. So Tofir, it's your time. Are we still here? Yes, please go ahead.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Hello. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, we can hear
Check.
you. Good evening.
Okay. Theophile Chiman. I'm in Neurological Coders Group, and I have a project called AI-powered Agri Assist. Let me share the screen and show you how it looks like.
Yes, please go ahead.
Okay. It is still in development, and if you start it here in this terminal, it will open in this window. You see it is local 3,000. also started by logging by network identity. Let us make a logout in order to start from scratch. First, we start by logging. To direct to network ICP, and then I look the previously. This is my network. Press continue. And it directed me to home page called overview. In overview, you can start by overviewing your smartphone, Oculus, AI integrated, and user across the country and farmer, and scroll down on the report previously. It has a chatbot that is in development to ask any information related to agriculture. It is in development. Because it is development, it is not a work, but is in development. I truly trust it will work. And crop monitoring for follow up your crop, and the weather forecast that show the information related to weather from now up to 60 days, and you search it according to where you are. For example, in you are in Kampala, get weather. You can see the weather from now, tomorrow, and tomorrow until 6th day. And we have pests and disease that will assist to follow the crops in order to get any other pest that can damage your harvest. And soil analysis that indicate the content of soil, potential hydrogen, phosphorus for manure, and others that can increase productivity. And also have marketplace where you can sell and buy the product. For example, you can search for maize. Okay, as you see, you can buy and get the user who have maize on that market, and the scroll and the navigating where you want to buy according to your wish. Can enter the number of quantity you want to buy and directly the money indicated, and will be calculated. And also you go to stock to sell your harvest according to your quantity of your stock. You can buy like 50 kilograms, and the total amount will be calculated according to price you have stated before, and sell to what requested to buy, and you have the alert that indicate what you sell and the money. And also have documentation. You say?
May I interrupt you?
Interact?
Yeah, I mean, can you, maybe before you show us the solution, can you tell us a bit more about it? Like, what is the solution and what's the problem you're solving?
Okay. Previously, the farmer faced with the problem of lacking information related to their harvest. As solution of our system, I come with AI-powered agri-asset, which facilitate them for navigating their marketplace, following the weather. That is the more problem for farmer, and also indicate the crops. Monitoring this system will facilitate the farmer to navigate and treat their harvest. That is.
Okay, thank you. Proceed, but remember you have 5 minutes. So that's why I asked so that you can be very fast.
Okay, let me continue to report and analytics. So according to activity and history done on system, can download the report that indicate the history and the other done on the system according to user. We have documentation that indicated the user how the system work, and the frequent ask the question, and also stock and wallet to indicate your balance according to your transaction history. That is, and thank you for your listening to me.
Thank you. I saw Gael has raised a hand before. Can you go ahead and ask your question?
I just want to ask him to explain again what his project does.
Okay. So, okay, maybe he's going to answer that in a few words. As he answered that, he can also tell us why is there AI? Why is there AI in his project? And what's the AI changing from normal technology?
Okay, thank you. Let me start with this AI. This AI will facilitate the farmer to get information that are not in the system or related to his or her problem he wanted to solve. And let me answer to Gael. My project previously, the farmer faced with the problem of lacking the information on marketplace for their harvest, and also lack of the information on weather and their soil content. This project will come as answer for that question and problem. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Gaia. Are you satisfied?
Yes, somehow.
Okay. So someone asked a question. Paul said, I'm not getting you, but I'm wondering if this system depends on whether where someone who is located, where someone who is browsing it is located. Can you, if you do understand the question, or you can try to
I'm understanding.
change.
This question for is well understanding. This project have a AI that indicate the information related to crops, and have a part of weather forecast that will assist the farmer according to their location. If you are in Kampala, in Rwanda, in Gisenyi, according to city you are in, it will give you the information on weather that will assist the farmer to plan their agriculture season.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
So he is also wondering the role of IC in your system. Why did you use blockchain? Is it necessary? Why did you use it?
I have used ICP in term of security. This is like that wallet will assist the farmer to have a security in their transaction and
So-
marketplace. And ICP is more security for that.
Okay. Thank you. How are you planning to generate the revenue? How will your project generate money?
The project will generate money on the user first and the advertisement.
Advertising to the farmers or to other people?
A user for farmer as user is my targeted market.
Okay. Thank you. So for me, I have a couple of feedback for you, and maybe to anyone else who is here who would like to use it. Is that when you started explaining, you immediately jumped into the demo and showed us the project. But I think before you tell us or show us what the project is doing, I believe it would have been better if you explained first, which is where the fish stake comes in. You could have maybe explained first what is the problem that is on the market, and then once you sell us on the problem, then you can come with the solution, tell us the solution, and then go with the other things, like tell us, and then after telling us the solution, you tell us the demo, show us the demo, and then that would have made it easy for them to understand the demo, saying, okay, you told us there is this problem, okay, now we can see this demo is solving it in this way. So maybe next time when you go to pitch somewhere or pitch to someone, I suggest you do it that way. And once someone understands the problem and understand that it's a problem that deserves to be solved, then they're wondering, how did you solve this problem? And then you can tell them, okay, this is the project I have, and it is solving this problem in this way. So next time you can do it that way instead of immediately jumping into the demo. Also, Carson did it the same way, but I think it would have been better starting with the problem and then into the solution, and then letting people understand it. Maybe you can use the first minute or a few seconds to explain that, and then go into the demo if you want to show the demo more than others. For example, if you are pitching to the investor want to understand this and be sold before you show them the project, and then you show them the project, and then they can say, okay, this is what you want, or this something can work. That's my feedback to both of you, and maybe to anyone else who have a project they want to sell. Instead of jumping into the demo right away, start with the problem and then the solution. Okay, the other question from Ellie: what is your market target? To who and where for implementation? Is there any challenge you are still facing during your project final implementation? Okay, you and then answer. Please go ahead, Tofi.
So first, I say our target market is the our system, and also my system built on ICT in advertisement and be generated in the project. That's my target market is he also asked where for implementation of this project is also in agriculture, and there is any challenge you are facing. So I still in the development, but at the end of development I will search the partner for deploying and putting the project on market. So still now I can answer like this.
Okay, Eddie, are you satisfied with the answers? Do you have any follow-up question?
I was just in behind the scene listening to you all. So this project is very good because it's gonna solve too many challenges outside there and farmers. But I think he can start from the locally from Rwanda, and then during implementation for working with the partners, you know that this AI project, they are not on move here in Rwanda. So I was just suggesting if we can have, he can just do the project in the phases so that he can implement one phase and being implemented to the end user. Then after he will do upgrade. So the question I was just asking, I'm somehow satisfied, or his progress is okay. So I'm just really appreciate. And then for the working partner, I don't know. That is a big challenge for those people who are creating projects who have enough investment. For Mr. Ashid, what do you do for them to help, to support, to assist, for them to have a real and a good partner or a good supporter for this homegrown solution project?
Sorry, I did not get the last thing you said, but one thing that we, as I said, this is the first time we are doing this. This is the first session we are having on this pitch and feedback. And I'm glad that we have people who are pitching and people who are in the audience. We don't have so much helping them now. It's just exposure for now. We have this call for you to know their projects, and we have it live on YouTube. We are going to write an article on their projects so that they can maybe get a bit of exposure again. But in the future, we hope to have, maybe if you have many people wanting to pitch, you may say we are going to have projects on agri-tech, and then bring people in agriculture, maybe from institutions that work on that, and maybe connect them to the projects and those other things. We might bring in people who may help them get funds, or we might even bring in people maybe who can be partners. But for now, those are in plans. But for now, what we're going to be helping is exposure. But in the meantime, what I recommend is that if you are building a project like I talked to Elite before, and he told me how the way he started his project tag is not the way the project turned out, because he was talking to the people who are going to be using it. So I recommend you, if you are building a project like this for farmers, have you talked to farmers? Have you talked to farmers and hear what they say about it? Are they waiting for it eagerly? And then once you hear their feedback, then you can know what to do. How maybe you will find even a partner from there by talking to other people who are in agriculture. So that's what I can say for now.
So I can just add any other points. So recently we have been doing projects for just to impress people, show that we are, as we are engineering team, we did a project for just to impress people, not to generate some fund, not to support, not to help people outside. So for now, we have to make sure that the project we are dealing with, to make sure that it is working. It will be it will be somehow implemented, because we know that we are not only who are working on those projects. We are copying them from other countries, those developed countries, but we want to implement it here. So we are innovating, but the problem is, will it work? Because we are not no longer impressing people. We want things that are working properly. Okay, so that's the issue we are still facing, on the field.
You're right, actually. So I think somehow I used to do this as well. Whenever you run a new technology, the next day you say, okay, I want to make a project using this technology, and then you go and you make a project in a new technology and you put it out. But ask yourself, is this something really my people, the people here, or the people that you can approach really need? Okay, it might not even be the problem here, but do you have an audience who are ready for this solution? You might maybe be solving a problem for people in the United States, and then you find a way to reach them if you have a way. You might be solving a problem for people in Zimbabwe, and you have a way to reach them. That would be okay. But if you don't have any audience in mind, maybe you have farmers, but you have never talked to them. Are they ready for this project? You are making a project for maybe the fishermen, but you have never talked to them. So I'm just saying, but I'm not sure if you talk to them. That's why I asked. Have you talked to them? If you have, that's okay. If you have, that's a very good thing. And then, but if you have not, I suggest before building it, and then because you already have so many features, I suggest that you go to them with the features you already have and ask them if that's enough, or if there's, maybe they would say, we don't need this, we need this, and then you would have to start over from scratch because you just developed everything. So I hope that you can talk to them and hear from them and improve from there. And then we might even get partners from the farmers that you talk to, or they might get 2 more farmers who need the project. They might give you new customers. You never know. So that's what I suggest from me. Yeah, so I think we've come a long way. We have Elite has raised a hand. Before Elite say anything, do you have Enoch on the call? Because Enoch was also going to present. If he is not here, then we will just because he was the last. Okay, Edith, you can go on. If Enoch is here, he can let me know.
Okay, I just wanted to add something real quick. I just wanted to say, and of course, he should talk to a lot of people, or anyone who's building should actually talk to a lot of people before it's perfect. Starting like 2 weeks after you started coding it up, and do not fall in love with what you're building. Like, because when you show it to people, like sometimes that will be harsh. So do not fall in love with it. Be ready to pivot as much as you can until no one has something bad to say about it. And when you reach that level of a good product, you will know. So like, don't fall in love with the idea. Talk to as many people as possible. Pivot means like change the product continuously. So that's what I wanted to say. Those three things: talk to many people, pivot, and do not fall in love with the idea or the product. Flexibility, basically. But that's it.
Okay. Thank you, Edith. Thank you, Eli. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you, Paul. Thank you, Teofil. Gayer. I see Mariette, but you didn't say anything. I hope you learned something. And everyone else who came and left. If you have anything else to say, we have a few minutes still left on the call. You can let us know, and then we will end the call. What are we saying? Maybe okay, let me read this message first. Paul said, "Thank you very much. I'm a first-year student at Tumba College studying IT. I'm happy to be part of this pitching session, and I have learned a lot from it. I'd also like to thank you. You're most welcome for hosting this session. We will be hosting this session every month at the end of the month, the Saturday of the last Saturday, as we have Muganda on the last Saturday. We'll also be having this session at this time, 7 p.m. every month. Also, in the middle of the month, we are going to be having another session. It will not be a pitching session; it will be a learning session, where we will be having someone teach us something. Last time we were having a discussion on AI and jobs, and this month we are going to be focusing on cybersecurity. NCSA is having a campaign on cybersecurity, and this month we're going also to come in and talk about cybersecurity. How do we secure our devices? How do we secure ourselves online? So I hope you'll join us. We are going to release an announcement on when it is going to happen. It will also be on Saturday, but for this one, it will be 5 p.m. and it will also be live on YouTube. If you miss it, you can go on YouTube and check it out. We are also going to be posting this session as an article on technica.com. I will share an article after it's done. So I will be reaching out to people who pitched for more information on their project using the article, and I hope everyone who wants can pitch next time. So do you have anyone else who have something to say before we close? If no one else, then we will close here and then meet in the middle of the month, talking about cybersecurity. And yeah, so this is Rwanda Technology Community, and we have these two programs, the digital discourse and pitch and feedback session. We also going to be starting another hackathon next year, which will also be about building startups. It will be for almost the whole week. People learning about problem identification, brainstorming solutions, and coming up with solutions. We're going to do that next year. It was supposed to happen this year, but it did not. But we hope next year we are going to be having it, and it will be once a year. So next year we hope to have it as well. And the people who will build, solutions for them. So if nothing else, let me thank you for joining us today. And I hope you learned something, you got some, and Tofi has something to say. Please go ahead.
Thank you. I was so late to join, but I don't have a full information about this session. Can you tell us in detail if you what the purpose of these sessions?
Okay, the purpose of this session of today mainly is for people in the community who have projects they are building. You have a project you are building, you have a startup idea, you have something in mind that you want to build. This session is for you to tell it to other people in the community, for them to give you feedback, ask you questions, challenge you, and then you get exposure from that. In the future, there might be some support to people who pitch or people who have projects that are, as I said, people who have projects that are promising, have someone help them. But for now, I cannot promise that. But what I promise is that you have visibility, you have a way to appear maybe to many people. They might not be millions, but at least to hundreds of people, which is something that might also help you in your journey to building. And I suggest you, I encourage you not to be discouraged and keep building. Don't stop. Don't leave your project just because someone challenged you. It's a good way to improve when someone asks you a question that you have never thought of before. That's why we are here. It's not just to show off, it's to learn from each other, improve our products, get it known to other people, and then yeah, so that's basically it for now. But we'll have many benefits in the future as we keep doing this. I believe that. So, if nothing else, I wish you to have a wonderful weekend, and maybe we can meet more at finals. It's tomorrow, right? And yeah, so if nothing else, we can leave and end the call here.